To get access to the required software, you have two different choices. You can either access the software on Azure Labs by clicking on this link here, or you can install the software on your computer, and I will create a video to show you how to do that. So these are the two choices. So for this choice, let's go ahead and use the Azure Labs. When you click on this link, a page will open up and it will look similar to this. If you do not get this, please immediately call the DeVry National Help Desk. You should have a virtual machine for the course and also for the session that you are currently in. So it should look very much like this. Again, if you don't get this automatically, then please call the help desk, and here's their phone number, and they can help you set this up. Once this is visible to you, go down to where it says stopped and then click on that slider and you will see starting. This will take about 3 to 4 minutes for it to fully start, and once it is fully started, it will say started. After 3 to 4 minutes, this will say running. When it says running, come over here to the launch icon and then click on it. In Chrome, you'll see an icon appear at the bottom left-hand corner. If you're using Firefox, you'll see a blue arrow at the top right-hand corner. Go ahead and click on that blue arrow if you're using Firefox, and then click on the icon. If you're using Chrome, just come down here to the icon here and click on it. On this page, hit connect, and if you want to, you can put a check mark on don't ask again, but go ahead and click on connect. We have this unknown publisher because you are being given complete and full control of this virtual machine. So hit connect. You'll get this page here open up. The password is welcome exclamation, welcome exclamation. And the W needs to be a capital W, and the last character must be an exclamation mark. So you can see it right there, capital W, welcome, and then an exclamation mark at the end. I do recommend that you put a check mark on remember me so that the password will be saved for you. Hit the OK button. On this page here, again, you're being given complete and full control. So put a check mark on do not ask me again, and then click on yes. You'll see the virtual machine boot up. And this virtual machine is very much like a regular computer. It is virtualized so that you can access your virtual machine from anywhere in the world that you have an internet access. So now that the virtual machine has started, if you go down to the bottom left-hand corner and click with your right mouse button, so you want to right click on this and then go up to System right here and then click on System, what you'll discover is that the resources being provided to you by DeVry University is very strong. You are being given a quad-core processor with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So this computer, this virtual machine, will run very effectively. This is also something to keep in mind if you decide that you want to buy a computer or buy a notebook computer. Make sure that you get a computer that has at least a quad-core processor and at least 8 gigabytes of RAM so that you can effectively run programs like MySQL Workbench and NetBeans. I'm going to close this, and you'll notice that right up here we have NetBeans already installed. We also have MySQL Workbench already installed. So to use NetBeans, we simply have to double click on this icon. And then once NetBeans opens, you can start creating your projects. Let's go ahead and create a test project. To create a test project, you come up top left-hand corner and then click on New Project right here. So click on New Project. And then with the new project, you want to open up, or actually you don't even have to open it up, but make sure you click on Java with Ant. So make sure you click on Java with Ant, go over to the right-hand side, and then click Java Application. With that selected, hit Next. If you are doing a console application, you want NetBeans to create a main class for you, so make sure you have a check mark on here. If you are creating a GUI application, you want to turn off that check mark. We're going to create a console application for week 1. So for our test, let's go ahead and put a check mark on Create Main Class. Now come up here to your project name, and then we're going to call this Week 1 Hello World. The project location, if you want to change it, you can by hitting Browse. At the same time, if you do not change it, notice that it is in your Documents folder in a subfolder called NetBeans Projects. So now at this point, we hit Finish. NetBeans automatically creates the base project for you, and then you can just start coding. So at this point, you can see that the base project has been created. If I come over here to the left-hand side, I hit the plus sign. You can see that there's a source package, and it has already hooked in the JDK, the Java Developers Kit. If I open that up, I can see that JDK is in there. So I'm going to close that back up. The source package is where you want all of your code to go. So hit the plus sign, and then this is the package name by default. Hit the plus sign next to that, and there is the file. So you can see that the class name and the file name must match. The only difference is that the file ends with an extension of .java. However, they must match. Now, when you're adding your code, make sure you are inside of the main method. So it sets up the main method for you. And you can see right here, add your logic here, add your code here. So what we're going to do is we're going to test the application environment. And in order to do that, we want to just do a hello world, that's all. So we're going to say system dot, and then when you hit a dot, you'll see the assistance comes up. So I'm going to type O, and then you can see as soon as out comes up, as soon as the assistance comes up with the answer or the code that you want, do not finish typing. Instead, allow NetBeans to finish it for you. So this way the spelling will be correct, and then also the case will be correct. So just select what you want and then hit your enter key. And I'm going to hit a dot, and then I want print. And I want to use print ln, so I'm going to do print L, and you can see now I have print ln come up for me. So I stop typing, and then right away I go ahead and choose the one that I want, and then I hit my enter key. So that way the words are spelled correctly with the correct casing. And then inside of here we're going to put in quotes, we're going to say hello world, exclamation, and it is ready to go. The reason that it's so important to let NetBeans help you finish is that Java is case sensitive. So if you say print ln with a capital letter, you'll notice that we are breaking, we are crashing, you've got blood right there. And that's because Java is case sensitive. It must have the correct casing for the application to work. So now I'm going to come up here, I'm going to hit run. It builds, and then for the console application, the output will appear down here in your output window. All right, I'm going to run it one more time. So I'm going to click here on the code. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to hit the run button, which is that one right there. All right, so I am asking for hello world, and then right above the build successful, you can see the output is right there. All right, so let's run another little test. So go inside the main here. We're going to do another system.out.println. And then with this right here, we're going to say, here is another line, and then a semicolon at the end. So I'm going to hit the run button. And you can see right there we have the hello world, and then here's another line. So everything's working perfectly. The Azure Labs is all set up. Java's already installed. Everything's ready to go. To end the application, simply close this, hit File, Exit. Then when you're on this page here, hit your Start button and then shut down. And then right there is shut down. So make sure you turn off the computer each time that you use it, because you can see that it is still running. And DeVry University is charged per minute for usage. So if you could help us maintain or be cognizant of the costs, and make sure that the virtual machine is turned off when you finish using it. So when you finish using, just come right up back, do the shutdown, and then come right here to this icon right here, and then click on it. And now it says stopping. So the virtual machine is now being stopped. So at this point, you don't have to let it finish. Instead, you can go ahead and just close this, because it will go ahead and stop that virtual machine for you. So you can close that tab and then continue working.